Trenchtown, the birthplace of many reggae legends, is celebrated globally by fans from all over the world, with some even traveling great distances and renting Airbnbs just to experience its essence. Yet, despite its cultural significance, the community continues to grapple with numerous social challenges, and according to veteran comedian and actor Owen Blakka Ellis, Trenchtown has been neglected for decades. Ellis asserts that to truly honor the legacy of its most famous son, Bob Marley, the pressing issues within the St. Andrew based community must be addressed. Hello, JPU family. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. It is Reggae Month. There's a lot going on at the Bob Marley Museum at Hope Road, as it is every year, initiated by the Marley family. But what about where Bob Marley really started from? Trenchtown, Jamaica. February 2022, there was a Facebook interview with Big Stone, a community activist and a member of Trenchtown, and he expressed how disappointed he was as we celebrated Reggae Month in the lack of development in the Mecca, as he called it, of reggae music in Trenchtown. In that interview, Big Stone spoke about the crime. He spoke about the absence of good political representative, and he had many ideas of how things can improve. He even pointed to an old landmark in the constituency that can be used for development. It is the same Big Stone who recently went on a political platform with Mark Golding as Mark Golding held shackles over his head, depicting the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, having Big Stone under, quote, bondage. So here we are after that interview with Big Stone. 3 years later, Mr. Blakka Ellis, Mr. Owen Blakka Ellis, writes an article published in the Jamaica Gleaner. And it's the same story. We need development in the constituency. I am of the view that Mark Golding is the worst, absolute worst member of parliament in Jamaica. He has a perfect constituency that is so rich in culture and everything else, and it has not been developed. It didn't start with him. It started with his predecessor, Omar Davis, who gave him the constituency on a platter. Nothing was done. And it's a continuity of underdevelopment. So in this article that I'm sharing with you, done by Mr. Owen Blakka Ellis, he said, despite its cultural significance, the community continues to grapple with numerous social challenges. And according to Mr. Ellis, Trenchtown has been neglected for decades. Ellis asserts that to truly honor the legacy of his most famous son, Bob Marley, the pressing issues within the St. Andrew-based community must be addressed. Quote, I think the world, Jamaica and the Caribbean, without any doubt, honor Bob Marley. But if you truly want to honor Bob Marley, you need to do more for Trenchtown. Because Bob Marley came to Trenchtown, the community adopted him. And in at least 5 of his songs, he mentioned Trenchtown. In fact, in one song, he said, give this slum a try. Mr. Blakka Ellis is a chairman of the Trenchtown Development Association. So he's the perfect person, just like Big Stone was, to speak on the state of Trenchtown and that constituency. Ellis was one of several guests at a luncheon in honor of Bob Marley's 80th birthday this year at the Est Hotel in New Kingston on Thursday. The event, part of a collaboration between Est Hotel and the Bob Marley Foundation, featured a dynamic video highlight Kingston's rich rhythms, history, and creative energy. A special metal sculpture of Bob Marley crafted by German artist Mr. Cloever was unveiled during the luncheon. Quote, Trenchtown is the place where reggae and Rasta emerged, yet it is still among Jamaica's poorest and most crime-infested areas. What is that? If you want to fix Jamaica, fix Trenchtown, said Ellis. Every street, from 1st to 14th, some legends come from there. It's not just Bob. There is Ken Booth, Dennis Brown, Alton Ellis, Bonnie and Scully, Lascelles Perkins, Junior Tucker, Jimmy Tucker, Adina Edwards. It's one place with 14 streets, creating so many legends. There is something about the soil, the water, that makes legends in Trenchtown. Ellis noted the growing demand for Airbnbs in the area, particularly from German tourists who revere reggae and Bob Marley. However, despite international interest, the community still struggles with the same stigma it faced during Bob Marley's heyday, and many of the social issues persist. Quote, I don't think Jamaica understands how powerful Bob Marley and, by extension, Trenchtown is. He revealed that Trenchtown Development Association is working on forming an advisory committee, hoping to involve forward-thinking private sector leaders. Yesterday, the S Hotel chain, which has properties in Kingston and Montego Bay, honored Bob Marley's birthday and legacy with a special tribute. In addition to appropriate Jamaican aesthetics at its New Kingston-based Strings Cafe and Bar, with a striking zinc mural with Bob Marley's impression and guitar. Guests were treated to some of the finest Jamaican dishes prepared by staff. Quote, we are thrilled to partner with the Bob Marley Foundation to bring this experience to life, said Christopher Issa, CEO and S Hotels Jamaica. As a longtime patron of the Culture Yard, I have always believed in the power of Kingston's cultural legacy. This project is not only a celebration of Bob Marley's birthday, but also a tribute to the creative spirit that makes Kingston the beating heart of Jamaica. This article was written by Corey Robinson at the Jamaica Gleaner. Blakka Ellis has been around for a very long time, a very talented individual in the arts. And I just want to big up Mr. Blakka for continuing the good fight to try and make some development happen in one of Jamaica's most prominent garrisons, if you will. There's so much potential there, and I think the political representation there is really a disgrace to what is possible in this constituency. I know this constituency very well. In fact, when I migrated from Jamaica, I left from this constituency. I grew up there partially. So I understand. My purpose for interviewing Big Stone in 2022 was to help highlight the deficit of representation and development in the constituency. And I am glad that I have that interview still, which you're going to be happy to hear this. I am going to upload this interview tonight. It's about an hour long. I invite you to check it out and listen to what Big Stone said about the state of the constituency. Guys, we must demand better representation from those who thrust themselves into our politics, getting salaries ranging from 20 million annually and up. They're getting paid very well. And if you are not seeing a reflection of their work in your area, you must take the decisive action to become an activist and advocate for good and decent constituencies to live in. These people are not here for the right reasons. Guys, you're listening to Jamaica Politics Uncovered. Let me know what you think about this article in the comments. Keep it locked here for all your political news, reviews, breaking news, and updates. Make sure you're subscribed and you're inviting your friends to come over here and hang out with us. Also, be sure to tune in to our live broadcast nightly. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.